sort of. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so I think the sessions today are going to do a fairly good job of deconstructing what it means to embrace product thinking or a product mindset. I'm going to try and give you over the next 10 minutes some of the flavors that you might expect to deal with, right? And some of the things that we would have seen on some of our engagements with our customers and why a product mindset might be a little different from what you're typically used to. When we were trying to come up with a theme for this, one of the guys mentioned, had this question: why do I need a product mindset? Why can't I have a regular mindset? What's so special about this? And I wanted to sort of assuage his concern and say it is okay to have your regular mindset, which is the problem-solving approach to anything that you're thinking about. But specifically in this context, it really starts off with recognizing that a product is more than the sum of its features, right? Essentially, there is going to be a reason why people hire your product, right? There's a certain expectation of the service that this product will deliver. There's a certain experience that they will come to expect, right? We're all passionate about certain products that we use in our lives. And the idea of acknowledging that there is something tangible here starts from the fact that what the product has to offer is more than the sum of its features, right? And how do you go about sort of crafting that experience of trying to bring a delightful experience for your users, right? So the good thing is you can start from your users and think about what is the problem you're trying to solve and who are you trying to solve this for, right? So once you sort of have that sort of thought process in place, you can then start thinking about why are we trying to do this, right? And then how are we going to deliver that experience or that service that product encapsulates, right? So with that foundation, you can then think about what are the goals that you're looking to measure through the lifetime of this product. And this is a filter that you can apply across the product lifecycle, whether you're starting off or whether you're trying to figure out are there new features that you want to embrace, right? So great products will really think deeply about what is the right problem solution fit, and they will really be thinking about how do I deliver the right experience for the right users, right? The other thing that, if you end up playing like a role of a product owner or a product manager, essentially you're bringing various disciplines into the same place, right? You're thinking about, can I make this a viable product for my business? Can I deliver a usable experience that sort of doesn't get in the way of what your customers are trying to do? And there's an aspect of consistency and coherence through that journey, right? And do you have the right technology backbone in place, if we're talking about software products, right? So the other way to think about it is these are three different sets of stakeholders, right? And as a product owner or whatever, you want to think about how do I bring all of these three disciplines and how do I serve these three different stakeholders? Something that will also get used quite a lot is design thinking, and there is a lot of literature that sort of uses it interchangeably. But the core essence of design thinking is really around customer empathy, right? Making sure that whatever I'm building, it sort of resonates with my users, right? So rather than taking a very upfront approach of what might work for this product, I'm sort of saying I'm going to listen to my customer base and use that to evolve my product, right? And then there's a process of how you sort of take those ideas to your customer and get feedback. The other thing you want to do as product people is to look at what does it take to create an ecosystem, right? A product by itself usually will not be able to deliver the kind of value that you can achieve by building that ecosystem. A lot of these players that you see over there have done a very good job of building coherence and consistency across the different touch points of that customer journey, right? It isn't just about the device that you're holding in your hand, although it may be a very nicely designed product, but there's a whole range of features and services. Like if you just took the example of an iPod, there's aspects of digital rights management, there's aspects of building a store where you can get that content, seamless payments. So the whole host of features that are almost non-intrusive, if not necessarily getting in your way, but overall achieve the overall mission of allowing you to listen to music to your pleasure, right? So that's something as product thinkers we want to do. We want to think about, system thinking really means think about everything, right? The last thing I wanted to leave on the table is this idea of how lean do you want to be in your product evolution cycle? And that essentially means where is the vision for your product being developed? Is it being developed through your customers, through their needs? Or do you have a very strong idea of what you want to send out there? Like, do you have a Steve Jobs in your organization who has a very almost dictatorial way of how that product gets conceived and gets taken to market, right? So what is the, how fat do you want to be in terms of what investments do you make into the product upfront, and what do you want to learn over time? There is there are opinions that believe that all these approaches that we take around lean startups or working from an MVP is really us as professionals trying to bring in some formalism into this product creation process, and practically you will see that that doesn't work. Mostly it is a lot of these dictators who have a very good idea of what they want to take to market, and those products have done exceedingly well. So as an organization, you want to think about what is the balance between those two extremes that you want to accommodate. Yeah, and just to finally leave you the thought that it is very similar to how you solve problems, except that you're looking at a whole range of problems, and you want to put on apply all of these different ways of thinking as you try and evolve your product. So that's the sort of foundation I want to lay out for the rest of the session. Have fun.
Thank you, Avinash.